I remember last year walking around the block with our dogs, COVID, and turning to me and saying, we've been parenting for 29 years and we've got a 12-year-old. And so I remember going, you know, the emotion, the elation of the adoption process was long gone. 4 of our daughters were out of the house. We had a daughter entering adolescence, and just going, you know, we need the power of the Holy Spirit to do this one day at a time. And God is faithful. That's all I can say. God is faithful and creates that power to love. His capacity is endless, and his ability to fill our hearts is immeasurable when it comes to our love. Think of what Jesus said before he went to the cross. Greater love is no one than this. They lay down their lives for their friends. And I've witnessed the gospel in living color, literally, with a daughter from Africa adopted into our family, having the full rights like every other daughter we have that was birthed. But then watching my wife, specifically because she's, you know, I'm gone during the day, to lay down her life and dreams, ambitions, to raise this little girl. It's so worth it. I mean, and the blessing of who she is amazing. The narrative she's given our family, amazing. We wouldn't trade it for anything.
But the thing that was sacrificial, but gladly sacrificial, was the fact that God was inviting me to serve him and to join him in this in a way that I loved. I had these 4 daughters. I loved being a mom. I gave my whole self to it. It was not a burden to me. It was something I embraced wholeheartedly. So it was actually humbling for God to invite me into this, in something that I loved so well. Like Gary said, we would be empty nesters right now. And I'm still driving to ballet, you know, 5 days a week, and we're still arranging play dates, and we can't, you know, time alone is very difficult. But this is what God has called us to. It was his definite call. It was something I look back on, and I'm like, God was in this. He called us to it. I'm not questioning, what are we here? Why are we here? What are we doing? God called us into that.
What I've learned in our adoption journey, like any act of obedience, the cost inevitably is always more than you initially think, but the payoff is greater than you can ever imagine.